beach waves again today, but this time, instead of using a flat iron, we're gonna use a beach waver. This is an automatic curling tool. Look at that, it does all the work for you. All you have to do is clip your hair in the end, hit curl, and it curls it up, and then you release, and you've got perfect beach waves. So let's check it out. I do have some texturizing powder in my hair today. I use the Design Me Puff Me volumizing powder through my roots and my mids just to give my hair a little bit of grip and so that it will hold my curls better. If you're not good at curling hair, I advise not putting it in before you start, but putting it in only at the end. If you are a little bit more advanced level and used to curling your hair, then you can definitely put it in a little bit before you start and then again after. I did also go through all of my sections and use heat protection spray already, as usual, the Firewall by AG, and always making sure that our heat protection is fully dry before we apply heat to our hair. Going for a loose curl, so we're gonna do bigger sections today. Keeping in mind, the bigger the sections, the looser the curl, the smaller the sections, the tighter the curl. And if you have hair that really struggles to hold a curl, then you definitely want to stick with smaller sections, as the sections of hair are going to get hotter and those curls are going to last longer. So with this tool, it's got this little clamp at the bottom. So you're going to grab your hair with the clamp, and then you're going to push one of these two buttons right here. One is going to make it curl one way, the other is going to make it curl the other way. So make sure you know which way you want it to curl. I want it to curl up towards my head. Make sure you know which way you want it to curl before you start or freak yourself out. So I am going to grab the end and curl it up. It does have different speeds, so it doesn't have to be as fast. You can make it faster or slower. I definitely suggest leaving it on the slower side when you're getting used to it. You don't want it to kind of feel like it's going out of control. You also don't want to do what I just did and accidentally hit the button while you're situating your hair. That's the only complaint I have about this, is I definitely have to get used to the fact that the buttons are there and that I can't touch them when I don't want it to curl. But with use, you get used to that. I do have it on the slow setting right now, just for reference. The fast setting is quite a bit faster, and even I find the fast setting a bit fast, honestly. But I also don't use this tool a lot, so maybe if I used it a lot and got really used to it, I might like the faster setting. As with most wands and curling irons, you are definitely going to get more of a ringlet curl with this curler, as opposed to with your flat iron. You can do different shapes. But again, taking bigger sections or smaller sections is really going to determine how curly those curls stay, as opposed to waving a little bit more. Since we're doing a little bit bigger chunks of hair, those curls are going to fall out a little bit more. It does have a little stand here on the bottom, which makes it nice when you set it down on your surface. The hot part is going to be up away from the counter, so it won't burn, and you don't have to put it on a silicone pad like I would one of my wands. Let me just show you quick what it looks like when you push the button for it to go the wrong way. So when you push the button for it to go the wrong way, it's gonna, you can see it's gonna go backwards like that, and you don't want that because it's gonna make the end look funky. So you just stop and go back the other way if you do that. If you have watched any of my other tutorials where I am sort of going for more of a wavy look as opposed to a really curly look, then you'll know that I like to leave about 1 inch of hair out at the ends, just so that it's not super duper duper curly. That's all completely personal preference, each person. I just prefer when my curls are a bit more straight towards the ends as opposed to really, really curly. as you can see, I have a few pieces over here that went a little wonky because I used a bit of an odd angle when I did it. But when that happens, I just continue on with the rest of my hair. I try not to recurl those pieces because you don't want to overheat them, because honestly, half the time once you shake your hair out, they look fine. So I'm gonna put a little bit more dry texture spray, I'm gonna shake my hair out, and then if I feel like I need to go back in and fix up those pieces at all, I can do that, but I try not to jump the gun and do that unless it's absolutely necessary. There we go. Awesome beach waves. I love this look. I really should use this tool more often. Honestly, I forget about it because I have so many tools. I can't grab them all the time. They get tucked away in my cupboard and out of sight, out of mind, right? And as you can see, I didn't need to go back in and fix those pieces. So just because they look wonky before you shake out your hair doesn't mean you have to go back and obsess over them or feel like you failed. Just get to the end and then do any touch-ups at the end if you really need to. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. I hope that helps. I hope this gives you another tool. Some people might find something like this a little easier to use because it does the wrapping for you. If you're not used to something like this, it may have a little bit of a learning curve, but it is just another tool that you can try, and possibly maybe that will be the one that you are the most successful with, and you can finally have the curls that you want. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and like and subscribe because it really helps me out here. Bye guys.